Hello, and welcome to this edition of the Earl Hall Show. We've got a great guest for you today. I'm super excited about presenting her to you because it is my honor to welcome an extraordinary guest, Dr. Teresa A. Smith, affectionately known as Dr. Taz. She's an award-winning best-selling author, educator, and nationally certified counselor with over 35 years of experience in human services and education. As the CEO of DHU Consulting LLC, Dr. Taz specializes in personal growth, empowerment, self-care, and transformative change. Her acclaimed book, Stronger: How Overcoming Life's Adversities Can Push You Into Your Purpose, even landed on a list of 20 books Oprah should read. A dedicated advocate, professor, and personal development coach, Dr. Taz uses her expertise and faith to inspire others to overcome challenges and step into their purpose. Get ready for an empowering conversation with a true transformation specialist, Dr. Taz. Welcome to the Earl Hall Show.
Thank you so much, Earl, for having me.
It is definitely my pleasure. Look, you're no stranger to the Earl Hall Show at this point, and it is always just a great conversation that we have. You have had a really successful 2024, a lot of changes, ups and downs. What is 2025 already starting out looking like for you right now, girl?
Earl, the best is yet to come. It has started out with a bang. I have been working on the book for 14 years, 15, 16 years, and that book is available now for pre-order. It's called Transformation: How Mama's Wisdom Unlocks the Secrets to Success. And it's already a bestseller. And when that happened, I was like, OMG, I could not believe it. And so for me, 2025, the best is yet to come. I couldn't have dreamed better. I mean, what a way to start the year off. So I am excited about this year.
Well, the book cover looks amazing, and even though it's actually in pre-sale, people can go and get that. I'm going to make sure we share that link so they can get that book. Is it in paperback, Kindle?
Right now, it's in Kindle. The paperback will be uploaded long before the book goes live on Amazon. So they'll be able to get it as a Kindle and then as a paperback. Because I think it's still something about holding a book in your hand for me.
It is.
And this particular book, guys, let me tell you, Mama ain't no joke. And I didn't even give you all of Mama's wisdom. So you're going to want to have this book in your hand. Also, you know how Taz is, you got my Gleam recap. And then I've got an area for you to look at some questions. So you're going to want to hold it in your hand and do some work. And then laugh and still do some more work.
Absolutely. What's the genesis of this book, and why did it take so long?
Earl, my mother and I would sit and have conversations ever since I was a little girl, and I've talked before about how I wanted to write a book ever since I was a little child. And so this was not the book, but we would just talk. And as I got older, she was always telling us about what her mother said, et cetera, et cetera. And so as I got older, it'd be like, well, Mama, Grandma meant XYZ. And so then we'd have like an hour conversation going back and forth. And I tell her, I'm like, Mama, I think Grandmother got this idea from the Bible or wherever. And so, we were doing that. Once I went to college, we started doing that. And so about 16 years ago, I said, we need to write down Mama Said, because my mother always says, my Mama Said. So I always refer to the book as Mama Said. And so I said to Mama, I said, we need to capture the Mama Says. And so it was May of 2011 that she sent me the first file with the Mama Says. And I started writing, and then, time would happen. Then I wrote Stronger, and, life kept happening, but I still was working on Mama Said. And it was supposed to come out last year. And I wrote Dr. Taz Speaks and put it on out first. And then it was like something was weighing on me, Earl. And when things weigh on me, it's like, I got to do it. And I'm like, I got to get this book out. And so I told Mama in December, I said, Mama, I'm rewriting the book. I said, I've sent you some chapters. I want you to look at the new revised version of the book, those chapters. And so Mama's so silly. She's like, well, can we keep them all? I'm like, Mama, no, you can only have one chapter per saying. And so she's like, well, I think the new version is better. I'm like, okay, Mama. And so, it was my pledge to myself that it had to come out in February, because I've had it coming out different months. And, the question is so poignant, though, and so appropriate, Earl, because what I want the audience to take away as they celebrate me is even though it may seem like your dreams are delayed, they're really just, deferred a little bit.
Deferred.
And if you keep working at it, you will eventually bring it to life. And now I'm bringing Mama Said to life, and I am excited, and it's the best way to kick off 2025.
Two questions here. What is your favorite quote from Mama Said? And what is the quote that hit you in your head that made you change something?
Well, the favorite quote right now, well, there's so many. I love them all because I grew up on them. But the one that probably, I'm going to give you the two quotes, and they're going to answer your question. There's one that talks about if anyone else can do it, you can do it too, and you can do it better. Well, I'm going to give you another quote. And then there's one that said, if you had one man, you can get another one. And I think I'm going to leave it with those two quotes to get the audience attention because they've been hearing me talk about the other ones.
Right.
But the reason why those resonate with me is, let's deal with the man first. Sometimes people, they don't have faith that they can do something. That they can have someone in their life that cares about them the way they want that person to care and show that love to them. So they will stay in situations, or they won't even allow themselves to go into a situation out of fear. And so that one resonates with me because, one, I hope it helps people to understand you don't have to stay in a situation that's not a good situation for you. You can move forward, and there are going to be other opportunities for you. Of course, you might have to do some work on yourself to be ready for that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And then for those who've not been in a relationship, I was sexually abused, so I could be gun shy as relates to relationships. I'm not. But let's just say you got something that keeps you a little gun shy. Well, you can move forward. The first one may not be the right one. The third one may not. But you can keep moving forward, and eventually you will find the person, or that person will find you, because the man finds a wife. We don't go looking.
There you go.
So
Thank you for saying that. Thank you so much.
my mind's rolling so quickly here. But he will find you. And so I like that quote. Then the one about if anybody else can do it, you can do it, and you can do it better. I want people to think about that as an empowering quote. I've been thinking, because I'm always thinking, and I didn't write this in this version of the book, but Mama's sayings were affirmations. Because I haven't had this conversation yet with my mama for her to understand it, but they were affirmations, because I asked her a question about a saying because I was trying to make sure I had it correctly. And when she sent it back to me, she used her name, Gloria, blah, 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 blah. Because that's what grandmama would have said to her, Gloria, da, 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 da. And I thought, these are affirmations. So when you understand that, Teresa, anything that anybody else can do, you can do it too, and you can do it better. I am feeding my mind. I'm feeding my soul. And it's like, that's an affirmation. Say it over and over and over and over again. And if you do the work, as my friend always says, then you'll see that you've done it, and you've done it better than somebody else. So those are the two that just come to mind. And, as I said, I don't say it in the book that they're affirmations, but they are affirmations. And I'll say that in the next version of Mama Said.
Well, it's funny because so many times, when we look at our family, grandparents, even some of us were blessed. I was blessed to know my great grandmother, and these sayings that they have, which were so simple. I grew up in the country in Virginia, right? Both my grandparents farmers, all their lives. So I grew up on the farm, can't stand farming, but that's where I grew up, but you get these little sayings that you never forget, that they said. And one of the ones that I talk about a lot is actually from my own mother. And she made a statement 30 years ago at this point, when I was thinking about marrying a young woman, and I was complaining. And she said to me, what you get before is what you get after. And she didn't have to explain it, which was so odd. She didn't have to explain what she meant. I knew what she meant. If I'm dealing with this now, I'm going to deal with this after we say I do. So do I really want to deal with it? So when you look at the stuff that you've written with, how you call it, Mama Said, a mama's wisdom unlocks the secret to success. What has helped you unlock the secret to success from what Mama said?
I think it's going to be the other quote that Mama talked about a lot. And I'm going to say my name, Teresa, it's your red wagon. You can push it, or you can pull it.
Oof.
and understand what it means to push something. I remember years ago, my dad had me out there mowing the yard, and I thought it was fun because not that I don't mow my yard, but I think it's fun because he had you go in a straight line and then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go this way, and so it's really very beautiful. So as a
Yes.
child, I thought, God, this is fun. But think about it. I'm pushing the lawnmower against the grass that has grown up. And if it's too high, it's really thick and thick. That's a lot of effort that I've got to do. So grandma said you can either push your wagon, your wagon gonna be full of stuff, or you can pull it. Well, again, pulling my wagon means that I have to think about what I'm going to do and I have to plan it. That helps me to begin to unlock the secrets to success. Pushing it just means I'm just pushing. I ain't got no real plan here. I'm just pushing. I'm putting out all this effort and I'm not getting anywhere. And so understanding what it means to pull something, because I got to have a plan for it. Think about it. When a baby's being born naturally through the vagina. I used to work in medicine, guys, so I talk real language when I talk about certain things. The doctor is pulling that baby out. He ain't pushing it out. Now I'm the woman is pushing. He's pulling. The same thing. Things are birthed when you pull it.
Mm.
They birth when you pull it.
All
But you
right.
got to think about it. You see what I'm saying? So that's such a powerful question about which one really helped me to unlock the secrets to success. It's either push it or you pull it. Because understand, as a human being, I can't do both at the same time.
Mm. Mm.
So see, when we're birthing, you remember I said the woman is pushing it,
Right,
and the
right.
doctor is pulling that baby out. So that pulling, when you're trying to balance the scales, I'd rather pull myself this way than have to keep pushing myself like that lawnmower.
Okay. Wow. We are here with Dr. Taz, and we've been talking about the book she calls Mama Said,
Yes.
but it is How Mama's Wisdom Unlocks the Secrets to Success by Dr. Teresa A. Smith. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to be right back after this. Ready to transform your life? Transformation, How Mama's Wisdom Unlocks the Secrets to Success is your guide to resilience, purpose, and creating a life you love. Mama Said, it's your little red wagon. You can pull it or push it. And if you've got one man, you can get another. Packed with timeless wisdom, practical strategies, and heartfelt stories, this book will help you tackle challenges and embrace your next breakthrough. Grab your copy on Amazon today. How Mama's Wisdom Unlocks the Secrets to Success.
Entrepreneurs, authors, and business owners, are you ready to get noticed? Get a 20-minute interview feature on the Earl Hall Show. A custom 30-second promo video to market your business. Plus, 6 commercial spots in 6 upcoming episodes. All for just $97. Limited spots available. Don't miss out. Let's put your brand in front of the right audience. Click the link now and let's make it happen.
All right, welcome back into the Earl Hall Show. Once again, we're here with Dr. Taz, Dr. Teresa A. Smith, best-selling author, coach, businesswoman, entrepreneur, the whole 9 yards. I started off in the first segment and I was asking you about your 2025, and you're releasing this book now, How Mama's Wisdom Unlocks the Secrets to Success. What are some of the goals you have, or have you thought about the things you want to accomplish because of the writing of this book?
I have, Earl. Now, some of the things I won't put out there. I have been toying with, but I will say this, I've been toying with something about 14 years.
Okay.
And well, I won't say it ain't been 14 years, probably about 10 years. And I think I'm going to finally bring it forward, but I'm going to use Mama Said to bring it forward. Because as I've been massaging the final, edits and things and getting ready to publish it, I think it's what I need in order to do what I've been planning to do. Because I've tried to make this so plain that everybody can understand it. And as I said to Mother, I said, Mama, she really was saying it, but she didn't understand what she was saying. I could write 50 stories about one saying because it's so rich. It's like when I just talked about the birthing. I hadn't really thought about it from that perspective until you asked me the question. And I knew immediately which one helped me to unlock the secrets because I'm birthing something when I pull it. So, I've got quite a few things that I want to do this year. I've got some more writing, but there's something that I think that Mama said is going to be the foundation of that will really help people to get what they've been looking for or
Hmm.
what I have been trying to give them in a different way. I think Mama said is going to be the launching pad for that.
And your speaking engagements and all those types of things too. That can come from this as well.
Absolutely. Now that goes without saying. Thank you, Earl, for putting that plug out there for me. Yeah, the speaking engagements, that goes without saying. All you have to do is just reach out to me and we're going to tell you how to get up with me. I'd love to do Mama Said because those sayings are appropriate for so many different audiences and
Absolutely.
concerns too.
With everything that you've got going on, from 2024 now to 2025, what do you think what would you consider to be your greatest strength through these last 2 years or last year and a half or whatever? And how has it served you in your work?
Hmm. My resiliency
Okay.
and my ability to change on a dime. I learned early in my professional career that things change very quickly when I worked at the State Department of Education. Things change like that. And I used to say when I was out in the field in the districts, I would say, because I would share information. Well, oftentimes they had information that I didn't have. And I learned don't feel any kind of way, but the way that things shift, and we think about our world now, it shifts even faster
Yeah,
now.
it does.
And so I learned that I could not be married to something, a concept. You got to be willing to change because it's only through being able to adapt and pivot can you remain successful and not become stagnant. And I think that then feeds into my other work because I'm always able to shift. Sometimes I shift so fast, people be like, but I thought you just said, yeah, I did. That was 5 minutes ago in our conversation. I done moved away from that. I'm open to this now.
And I kind of asked you this before, but I think this goes a little bit deeper from whether it's, what Mama Said, whether it's your other books like Stronger that you've put out. But what would be the best piece of advice you think people will receive from any of the books that you have?
This is the way I'm going to answer this, but always with the caveat you have to scrutinize your environment and your messenger. Because what I was going to say is this given all of the books that I've put out and my message, it would be what would benefit people is be observant, look for the signs, look for those who have been sent to help you, learn how to discern what is being presented to you, and then attaching yourself to what's going to help you. Because I think in my life over the last 20 some years, that's what I've done. I've done it automatically and I don't think about it. It's just the way I operate. But I've learned that what's good for me, I'm going to keep doing that. What's not, I got to let it go, no matter how it may hurt me. Because things do hurt when you have to let them go.
Yeah, they do.
But I can't be who I'm supposed to be if I hold on to things that are not benefiting me. And that's important to distinguish what benefits you and then what benefits your purpose. And I think that's the best piece of advice that I could give people. Pay attention to your environment and don't just, a friend of mine says, you get attracted to that shiny object syndrome.
Yeah.
Everything that shines not gold, baby.
It's not.
It's not silver. So pay attention and then determine if you want to. This is a saying from the book. I won't give you quite the lead into it, but the end of it says, just watch them out. Just wait. Just keep watching and you'll see what's to them.
We know that one well. Watch your mouth. We know that.
Yes.
Now, Dr. Taz, I was born in 1969. You were born in 19...
Yeah. A woman never tells her age now.
Never, ever. And a man better not tell it. But from your experience thus far in life, if you could go back and give your younger self just one piece of advice, what do you think that would be? Let's go back to about 22.
This is going to sound so cliche, And I have a wristband that says it, you are enough. But that's what I would say. You are enough.
I think that is definitely powerful because most people don't believe that or live that or even think that. They always think there's more. They need to be more. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because multiple things. I think it's the way society has socialized us to believe that we should be at a certain place. We should look a
Okay.
certain way. But I think also sometimes it's deficits in our upbringing. We're wanting something else. We don't
Hmm.
see that what we have is so precious because we may even at that point be comparing it to others. And so we have this hunger for something that's outside of ourselves. But sometimes we never look inside to see that everything I want, I've already got it. Dorothy, it's here, but
Okay.
I don't see it.
Click your heels. Click
Click
your
my
heels.
heels.
Man, well, Dr. Taz, this has been great. How can people stay in touch with you and how do you want them to reach out?
You can always reach out to me on my website, askdrtas.com, askdrtaz.com, or follow me on Instagram, Dr. Teresa Smith. And in my Linktree bio, it will have all of my social media information, email information there. And so you can contact me that way also.
Perfect. Well, I definitely want people to go out and grab How Mama's Wisdom Unlocks the Secrets to Success. We'll know if you watch this show because everybody will start referring to it as Mama said. You know?
Absolutely.
But thank you so much, Dr. Taz, for being here. This has definitely been my pleasure. And thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Earl.